This is Zach Horton from Mercury Works with a quick demonstration of the Universal Sync Box. This connects to nearly any medium format digital back and is used with technical cameras to simplify shooting, automate the sensor wake-up process, and make it easy to shoot with nearly any shutter from the history of photography. Your digital back connects to the sync box via a standard PC sync port. A generic remote connects to the sync box via a 2.5mm jack. The sync box has three functions, each independently switchable, which you can utilize in any combination. When you press the trigger on the remote, any functions that are on will activate, with the internal programming ensuring that they will work together properly. The first is wake up. This will send a wake-up pulse to digital backs that require one, such as phase 1 backs. When combined with the other functions, it will be sure to wake up your sensor with the proper timing just before the sync box does whatever else it is you have it set to do. Leave this off for digital backs that don't utilize a wake-up pulse. The second function is expose. This will send an expose signal to the digital back for the length of time set by a knob on top of the sync box. This allows you to control your digital back without relying on your shutter to do so. This expands compatibility to any kind of shutter, including those without flash sync output or those with sync output that isn't compatible with digital backs. We've seen this with many shutters, including those by Ilex, Wollensak, Graflex, and others. Just set the exposure time to a comfortable window, press the remote, then activate your shutter. 2 button presses and you're done. The third function is the shutter actuator. This uses an electronic actuator to automatically trigger manual shutters. Just screw the actuator into your shutter's cable release socket and plug it into the sync box. Now, when you press the remote, the sync box will fire your shutter at the proper moment. Note that this only works with set and release shutters, not press style shutters. You can combine this function with expose, or you can let your shutter send the expose signal by connecting its sync port to the shutter sync port on the sync box. For example, in this configuration, the sync box is set to send a wake-up pulse, then automatically fire my copal shutter, and then to use the shutter's own expose signal to set the exposure timing on the phase 1 back. A huge number of combinations and configurations are possible to cover almost any photographic situation. One other one is worth demonstrating here. If you're using an electronic shutter that can be activated with a dry contact input, the sync box can activate that as well. For example, here we have a Schneider electronic shutter connected to the sync box. When I press the remote, it will wake up the digital back and also fire the shutter. The Universal Sync Box is also compatible with wireless triggers such as Pocket Wizard for completely hands-free shooting, even with fully mechanical shutters. The sync box can be powered by either included battery pack, the small one for non-shutter actuator use, or the larger one for use with the shutter actuator, or via an AC adapter. See the instruction manual for more detailed instructions, a list of example configurations, and information about experimental functions, such as an actuator T mode for automatic longer exposures. The Universal Sync Box can be used for something as simple as extending your battery and back life with an automatic wake-up signal when used on any fully manual camera, or a more stable studio experience with fully automated, hands-off shooting with manual cameras and shutters, or for experimentation with vintage lenses in non-compatible shutters. It is also extremely helpful when shooting manual cameras rapidly, as when using the Mercury stitching camera to produce rapid panoramas. Thank you for watching, and let us know if you have any questions or feedback.